Sorry, I know it's 1 in the morning right now. My sleep schedule's all fucked up. I meant to do this video earlier. I went grocery shopping earlier today, and I didn't go to bed until after that, so it was about 11 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I went to bed again after dinner, which was around 6, 7, I don't fucking remember. I really don't. So, in the last video, I talked about how in today's day and age, you don't own jack shit, and nowhere is that more apparent right now than what's Nvidia doing. For those of you who aren't up to speed in the gaming community, hang on a second, let me fix this a little bit more. There we go. Google decided to do some of the more usual bullshit where, hey, we're testing a new thing and we're going to give up on it real quick. And that was Google Stadia. And Google Stadia was a half-baked fucking idea that didn't fucking work very well. But it's Google, so it had a lot of support. Because of course it did, it's fucking Google. Nvidia decided, well, we have the technology to do the same, but better. And we can do it right. And if you watch Review Tech USA, I think it's Review Tech USA, he talked about this a lot, how it's very easy to play even in a crowded fucking Starbucks. It's very clear that Nvidia got it right. The problem is, all these developers are pulling their games off the fucking service. Their games really weren't on there to begin with. Basically what you're doing is, you're taking a game you already purchased through Steam or whatever fucking platform it may be, and you're logging in through Nvidia's server. So basically it would be akin to taking a game you bought for the PlayStation and playing it on someone else's PlayStation. That's not yours. That's essentially what's going on here. And Bethesda, EA, I think EA, 2K, and a few other developers have said, fuck you, you can't do this. And they've made it very clear their games aren't to be put on there. And the reason why is because they want to control the fucking product from the minute they sell it to you to the end of time. You don't own jack shit. And it's really a shame that this is the way digital is going, and it's affecting Nvidia now. And what I talked about in the last video with the streaming service, how it originally was just Netflix and Hulu, and now you've got like 10 fucking streaming services. Where's my remote? Oh, I don't fucking know what I did with it. Now you got like 10 fucking streaming services. And people are spending an average of $2,600 according to Cord Cutters News on traditional cable and internet. I'm paying about half that right now on streaming, so $2,600 is a number to beat. Even with 10, 11 streaming services, I'm doing pretty good, according to the average. But yeah, this is where we are. If you purchase something with your money, you cannot log into another service to play that game. Because they control your product, even though you own it. Because you don't actually fucking own it. You bought a license. And the developers who made the game can dictate what you can and cannot do with what you purchased. Whereas with physical media, they can't really do that. They can't say, oh no, you can't play your game on another PlayStation, or so on and so forth. They can't do that. And that's one of the reasons, and why I'm convinced that's one of the reasons, that is why physical media is dying, and that they're pushing this convenience bullshit of digital. Thankfully, consoles are still a thing, and thankfully, there's still a lot of physical media to be sold on consoles, but we are starting to see more digital, and it's a real fucking shame that that's happening. And I understand the convenience factor, but the fact of the matter is, if I have a choice between being inconvenienced, and it's not really a fucking inconvenience for me to bring a few more games or some shit with me if I'm traveling. I used to have a Game Boy growing up. It was nothing to get like some sort of thing that held like 15 games. Um, that wasn't really an inconvenience for me, but apparently first world problems, people were inconvenienced by that shit. Um, it's too much of a hassle for them to switch games, apparently. They're pushing this convenience that everything's in one place, and it's better. And it's it's getting bad. Uh, if Nvidia's any way to go, what we're going to see on the PC landscape is exactly what we saw with the streaming service landscape, where it started out with two really good shit. Uh, in this case, it's one really good one. In the case of Nvidia and Google Stadia, which really fucking sucks. I personally wouldn't buy into it just because it's Google, and I don't really believe you should be using anything of Google's. Um, if you don't know why, look it up on DuckDuckGo. Google is a spyware company. Um, you are the product of Google, not the other way around. Um, and it's just getting to the point where you don't own anything. And with what happened recently, actually, where I forget the name of the developers now. I forget the name of the. There was another store to compete with Steam, Epic. It was the Epic store. And they basically pulled all their games off Steam and put it on their exclusive shit. So now you have two different stores on PC. It's just like streaming. Instead of working together and being consumer friendly and everyone making money, it's fuck you, we're greedy bastards. We don't care about the fucking consumer. We care about ourselves. We want to control our product from the day we sell it to the end of fucking time. And we want to control everything you can do with it. That is the message that is being sent here. And it doesn't matter what they say or what fucking PR bullshit's going on, because actions speak louder than words. And the actions they're putting out right now are, we do not give a fuck about our customers, sorry. We don't give a fuck about our customers. We care about our bottom line. And it's a shame people aren't seeing this and putting them out of fucking business. And instead they're making millions of fucking dollars. I think that's kind of fucking sad that people are actually buying into this shit. And, I honestly don't know what to say anymore. It's bad enough with streaming. However, Disney, thankfully, put a couple of their movies straight to the thing because of the coronavirus bullshit. So, Frozen 2's out now on Disney. Fucking yay, I guess. Not that I give a shit, but I think more people should be doing that. Let's see, they got, some shit called Stargirl. One day shorts. The Sandlot 2. What, they made a fucking second? When the fuck did they do that? I don't even fucking know. I'm on episode 9 of season 4 right now of True Blood, so that's basically what I've been watching. It's fucking True Blood. Again, it's not on HBO. I'm watching it on Prime because it's not on HBO for some reason, even though it's one of HBO's biggest fucking shows. I don't understand the streaming service landscape at all. I don't understand what the fuck's going on, really. It's just a mess. And gaming is getting there. And basically everything is going to shit. And when it comes to Nvidia, if you're just building like a cheap gaming computer, I would say go AMD because that's going to give you the best bang for your buck, always has. Almost every console, the PS2, the PS3, GameCube, most Nintendo's systems all used ATI or AMD graphics for the most part. I don't know what the PS3 did. Did it? I know the PS4 did. I don't know what the PS3 uses for its graphics, actually. I'm pretty sure the PS2 uses AMD as well. Almost everything uses AMD graphics because it's very cheap, and it actually performs well enough. I mean, it's not like 200 fucking frames per second, esports shit, but I can play Legend of Zelda just fine and everything, and it works fine. Even Bayonetta on the Wii U is fucking great. I actually have both 1 and 2. I think they made a third one for the Switch. Um, but when it comes to actual performance and actual workstations, Nvidia never has been beaten. That's because AMD's always been behind with Nvidia. And look, I've never been an Intel fanboy. I've never been a fanboy in general of anything. I like what I like, and I'll call out bullshit where I see it. But I'm well aware that AMD has always been behind Nvidia um, when it comes to features in ray tracing, for example. Um, and thankfully, I use Linux because the open source graphic drivers for AMD work a lot better than their proprietary ones. There's a bunch of issues right now with their proprietary ones that just don't happen with the open source. Um, I mean, with Nvidia, you have to use proprietary. It's not really an option. Those driver open source ones don't work very well because Nvidia doesn't help out as much as AMD does. But like, this is the bullshit that happens. Even though Nvidia is very well known in the gaming community, they can't even pull up a one-stop shop where you can log into any account where you have games and stream it on their platform. If someone as big as Nvidia can't do that, no one can. And it makes sense why Google Stadia is not performing very well. Not just because no one fucking wants it, and it's a terrible fucking idea, but the fact of the matter is Nvidia did it better. And it's failing because developers don't want you to own what you fucking pay for. And I'm just rambling at this point, I'm well aware. And I'm going to keep this video short, and I'm going to end it pretty soon. But just remember, when you purchase something with your money, you have to ask yourself, am I really getting my money's worth? And with digital, that's always a no. Because most of the time, especially with games and books and movies, what you're paying for is riddled with so much fucking DRM that the people who made it control it, and you can't do whatever the fuck you want with what you purchased. I actually made the conscious decision today of, regarding my movie collection, that I'm actually going to start stocking up on a dead format that happened when I was in high school. This has nothing to do with the video. Not really anyways. But I'm going to say it anyways. And that is HD DVD. In high school, there's a format war between HD DVD, which was Toshiba and Microsoft, I think, and Sony's Blu-ray. And Blu-ray won. Let's face it, Blu-ray fucking won. But the great thing is, those things are cheap. I can buy them on eBay. If those were digital, they'd be fucking gone forever. And, yeah, I'm gonna have to buy a separate fucking HD DVD player for it. It's really not that big a deal for me. But at the end of the day, like, that's the fucking problem is, even things that, weren't exactly the best idea, but looked well enough and did well enough, that are completely fucking dead and have gone out of business, you can still find those somewhere and buy them. What's gonna happen when, licensing disputes and shit take down shit? Whether it's a game, a movie, or a book. And that shit's just gone forever and no one can find anything because it never really existed. You just bought a license. And, that's the future we're looking towards, where everything is digital. The people who make shit own it till the end of time, even after they make it. You don't own jack shit. And if a company goes out of business, well, there goes all your shit. Let's say Amazon went out of business. Well, the books are digital and riddled with DRM, so you never own them. So now that Amazon is out of business in this hypothetical, there goes all your bucks. Whereas if you strip the DRM of it, you'd at least have a backup. Or if it didn't have DRM in the first place, you'd at least have a backup. And it wouldn't be a big deal. And this is the real problem. Anyways, I'm going to end this video at the 15-minute mark. I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to go watch TV. Maybe take a break from fucking True Blood. I don't fucking know. It's a really good show. They don't make many good shows anymore. They really don't. And, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's just getting bad. Alright. I'll see you guys.